Oh, what is this? What the fuck is this? Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and in this one I'll be doing some account reviews and roasts of my viewers who requested such a thing with the intention of getting their account to the best direction possible with spending the least amount of crystals or real money as possible. Now, without further ado, let's get started. For the first comment, we have from Santonio, and he says, I currently have 5,000 crystals and will buy the 20,000 crystals on anniversary deals. Well, I'm still undecided what to spend my crystals. Will be around 25k more or less. Was initially thinking of going until third set of bingo for Mighty CTP and then unlocking X-Men pack and buy some useful unis, but I'm not sure if that's the most crystal efficient way to spend them on. Also, I'll buy Thanos Wins and Jean uniform once I buy her deluxe, so CTP build advices will be appreciated, hehe thanks. Well, my friends Antonio, do not worry, I got you. Let's check your account and see what can I do for you. So here we are at Santonio's account, and first things first, we'll check his comic cards. So, okay, so he does have 5 premium cards equipped, and I see that you have, 3 good premium cards equipped. So, Best Story Ever is a must-have for almost any set, and Luna Snow is a must-have for almost any set. This is a good card, you should keep it, and these 2 cards you should eventually be aiming to replace. I suggest that if you're more on PvE side, that you should replace them with either Cable card and Baby Spider card, or if you're more on the PvP side, you can use either Crescent card or the new Avengers card, or even maybe Scarlet Witch card. Those are the good options, but these cards should not be a part of any endgame set because there are better options. So let's see what your card stats look like. Okay, so you have way too much attack speed. This can easily be like 16% lower, so if you see that you will lose when you craft or reroll a card some attack speed, you should not worry about that. Okay, you have moderate amount of critical rate and critical damage. You have a decent amount of all basic attacks increase and physical and energy attack, and you have way too many ignore defense. So because this stat has fixed, this card has fixed ignore defense stat 9%, and this card also has fixed stat of ignore defense 8%. You will not hurt your ignore defense cap when you remove those 2 cards and replace them with a better one. So I see that you're on 7% pierce, and I notice that, if I think I'm right, you're crafting 6 blue stars on 1 card, and then you focus on another card, and then you focus on another card, because you have 6 blue stars here, and then I think you're aiming for 6 blue stars here, and then I think you'll focus on these cards and then the other 2. So this is hurting your progress, because it's much easier to get 3 blue stars on every single card, get that initial 10% pierce, which will massively improve your damage in every single piece of content there is, and then you can focus card by card slowly to build up to that 25% pierce. So that's one of my advices to you. So you have okay amount of dodge, you seem to be on the right track. You're focusing on all basic attacks, you're focusing on all basic defenses, max HP. This, you want ideally these 2 stats and these stats to be as high as possible, and okay, these stats are random. I would suggest that you try to get at least like 7 or 8% more cooldown, because once your all characters are kept on cooldown, you'll see much improvement in your DPS, because you'll be able to spam your skills. But overall, not bad. There is a room for improvement for sure, but you are on the right track as far as the cards go. So let's check your roster next. Okay, perfect. So you do have tier 4 Dr. Octopus. He's amazing character. He's an ABL and ABX meta, and he's amazing in World Boss content, and especially World Boss Legend Plus content, which you should be building to reach. See that you have Mighty CTP of Raging him and a godly rolled 200% with 0.9. Yeah, so he's complete. if you get his artifact, good. If you don't, I still do not have his artifact, and he's crushing Black Swan on my account. So I even use regular CTP on Rage on him. So Yor will do just fine. Next you have, okay, she does have mighty CTP of energy, so she's probably your world boss killer, and she's so close to tier 4 because you have her gears at 30. So I think you're planning to tier 4 her. You do have CTP of Rage on him, and I see that you're also randomly upgrading your gears. So what I would suggest for you is to stop randomly upgrading gears like 29, 29, and hers are at 30, and then not pulling the trigger for tier 4, because you already used up so many Souls of the Falcon and Carbonadium to get this gear to 30. You only need just little more to get to tier 4, and the power discrepancy between level 80 tier 3 character and level 80 tier 4 character is, well, large. So you'll see much improvement in your characters if you get them to tier 4. So maybe you should tier 4 her, maybe even him. Finish upgrading Wolverine to level 80. I see that you have great build on him. Mighty CTP upgrade, that's a yes. It's the best CTP for him. You do have 4-star artifacts, so he should be able to shred in PvP modes. Just focus on getting him to level 80 at least. You do have Iron Man as well. Like I see you already upgraded his gear. So if I assume you used one free tier 4 discount for 50%. If you didn't, even better, but I'm gonna assume you did and that you have 4 more. So here from these characters I would maybe tier 4 her, because without using the discount, because she's ready, she just needs to pull the trigger. I would maybe tier 4 him because he's halfway there, and him, ignoring the rest of the characters. Do not upgrade him, do not upgrade him, and do not upgrade, well, none of these characters yet. So I'll carefully check your roster and get the best plan for you and uniforms to buy, and I'll give you my final review. So let's try to make something for your account. So after carefully looking through your account, I've come up with a plan that I think will take your account to the best direction possible. So we start off with you buying the deluxe pack, which will, after the crystal refund you get, cost you 5,100 crystals, and then on the 50% uniform discount you'll buy these 2 uniforms, which leaves you with 17,400 crystals. Analyzing your roster, I've determined that these 6 uniforms will give you the most value because with their types and male-female distribution, they will cover most of your days of ABX and ABL and allow you to push for higher scores if you get Black Panther to level 80 and Captain Marvel to level 80 and give them something like a CTP of Rage. Titania, Sif, and Angel are here to be your supports and get those scores to even higher number, which will in return give you more rewards. They will also help you in clearing higher stages of world bosses. Now I've separated 2 more uniforms, which are Ebony Maw and Gwenpool, because I do not know and I need to ask you one question. Do you have Magneto seasonal uniform? Did you buy it 2 months ago when it was released again during Christmas? Because if you did not buy this uniform, the overall value of the deluxe pack, of X-Men deluxe pack, even though you get Jean Grey, is much lower. And your Magneto will be useless until next Christmas. He doesn't have an alternative for this uniform. The only alternative to the Magneto as a character is Ebony Maw, which is I separated him from the rest of the uniforms. So if you do not have Magneto's uniform, the overall value of your deluxe pack epic quests will be lower, and the only viable alternative is for you to buy Ebony Maw to have Blast Villain. As far as the Gwenpool goes, you can buy her because you do not have Luna Snow's uniform. She'll be again released in August, I think, but maybe you should wait and see how powerful Echo is, and if she remains a speed type in her newest uniform in Tier 4, and if she is a better choice, we'll have to wait for mid-month patch notes. You should buy her instead of Gwenpool, or wait for Luna Snow. Since I do not know if you have Magneto or not, I've come up with an alternative plan which will make your account maybe even stronger. So instead of buying X-Men Deluxe pack, you should buy Adam Warlock and his uniform on discount, which will be 1,205 and 50 crystals. Once you get him to level 60, you'll get 1,100 crystals back, and the start crystals here, almost 2,000 crystals, you may get if Adam Warlock is discounted during the anniversary. So instead of 6,600 crystals, he might be costing 4,620 crystals, I think. But for the rest of this video, I'll go with the lower value because I do not know if Adam Warlock will be on sale. But the rest of the plan stays the same. You buy these 6 uniforms and you buy Ebony Mauve to replace Magneto if you do not have him, and Gwenpool or Echo, or wait for Luna Snow. And with these characters you'll cover most of the days of ABX and ABL and be able to push world bosses at higher stages. Because you also asked me about CTP builds for the characters. If you go with your plan, Jean Grey is really flexible. I would suggest you give her a reforged CTP of Greed, because with CTP of Greed she can be used in both PvE and PvP. But if you want a tankier options, you could give her something like a Reforged Authority or Reforged Conquest, maybe even Reforged Refinement. Those are all good options for her. Thanos is much less flexible, as he needs either a Reforged Authority or Reforged Conquest. It's personal preference really, because Authority gives you invincibility and Conquest is better versus Reflect characters. The rest of the characters, if you buy Adam Warlock and go with this plan, you can give him something like Mighty CTP of Greed, or even better, Brilliant if you have it, and he'll blitz through the PvP for you. He's still one of the best characters in PvP. And for the rest of the characters, like Black Panther and Captain Marvel, Ebony Maw or Magneto, give them CTPs of Rage and you'll be amazed at their performance. That's all I have for you, Santonio. I hope you enjoyed and that my advices will help you. If you have more questions, hit me up in the comments down below, and I thank you for your IGN. Coming up next, we have a roast request from Grown Up Duck. He says roasted ducks do not taste good. So let's take a look at his account and see if this duck needs roasting. So first, okay, his comic card set looks good, at least from the Blue Stars perspective. Let's check his stats. Okay, so attack speed is good, critical rate is good, critical damage is good, all basic attacks is good, physical ignore defense can be a little bit higher, but it's not biggie. He has 16% damage, pierce damage increase, which is good. Dodge can be a little higher. All basic defense can be a lot higher. Max HP is low to moderate. It's fine. This is all fine. Movement speed. Oh my god, what is this? What the fuck is this? Cooldown reduction 15%. What are you doing, man? Do you like your characters to take a week for their 6th skill to refresh? You like that, don't you? That's why you're aiming for this. Cooldown reduction 50. How? How? Let me check. Okay, so you have cooldown reduction here, 10%. You have 5% here and nowhere else, right? This needs urgent fixing, or this duck will be roasted. Wow, 15% cooldown reduction. Ouch. That must be painful to play with. Now, what you can do is take your swords and... Oh, you have 10% cooldown here. Oh, I see. I see. Well, sorry. I thought this would be a roast, but you seem to know what you're doing with this. let's take a look at your roster. Oh, nice amount of tier 3s. So he's good, but if you can try to replace this with like CTP of Authority or CTP of Conquest, it's much better on him. Yeah, PV Thanos with CTP of Rage, nothing wrong here. Yeah, pretty good, not bad. Jean Grey, built for PV. I can't say anything wrong about that. I mean, I play her as a hybrid with CTP of Greed, but building her for PvE is perfectly fine. Then you have Doctor Strange with CTP of Rage. That's all good. And 20 Odin's Blessings. Nice. This account is looking juicy. Good. CTP of Rage. Perfect. Yeah. You know what's up. You know how to play this game. Yep. Your account is amazing. Oh, what is this? What the fuck is this? Why are you using my CTP of Energy or Carnage? Are you proccing with CTP of Energy? What's that, like 4 delay cancel 5? Or 3 instant cancel 4 delay cancel 5? You proc everything on 5? Why CTP of Energy, man? You can give him like a refinement, and because his third skill scales with the damage taken, he can do a similar amount of damage compared to the amount of procs you miss here. Like, but you do have considerable amount of Odin's Blessings on him. I see that you're also fixing your cooldown, the characters that do not have it with Odin's Blessings and Uru, which is a good thing. You know what's up, but what is this? Replace this, please. Hurts my eyes. Carnage is one of my favorite characters. So, Tier 4 Black Bolt with Mini Rage. A lightning damage Mini Rage. Are you doing this on purpose? To upset me? Are you really doing this? Mini Rage on Black Bolt? And you also stripped him of his Odin's Blessings? I mean, sure, you do have Thanos. He's better in PvE than Black Bolt. But this is painful. Let's check your Ghost Rider. Okay, yeah. Good. That's good. Tier 4 Loki. Lady Loki. No CTP. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. And Thor, Tier 4, again, lightning damage, ignore dodge, and mini rage. Are you lacking CTPs of rage or judgment? So that's why you have this. Oh my god, what is this? Enter the Phoenix Wolverine. Where's your newest uniform, man? Why aren't his eyes so maxed? Oh, you do not have his artifact. I see. So this latest uniform might have been a skip for you because you do not have artifact. You can fix that during the anniversary bingo. Let's see what else. Okay. Oof. Remove this from him. Give it to Silver Surfer, please. Okay, that's fine. Obelisk. Mighty Energy. That's good. Decent, good. Yeah, so you know what's up. You do know what's up. I don't want to be roasting you for no reason. You seem to focus on the characters that are important and give them the right. Yeah, you have CTPs on Insight, on important supports. Yeah, so your account looks great, but try to fix your cooldowns and move some CTPs here and there, but your account does look great, so I'm proud at you, Duck. Thank you for IGN. Coming up next, we have a comment from I'm Torch. He says, how to be better at World Boss Legend and good characters build. So first things first, let's take a look at his comic cards. He has a hybrid set for PvE and PvP. This is the set that I'm using, and his stats look like this. So like in the previous account I reviewed, you have way too many attack speed. This can easily be like 7% lower. Crit rate and crit damage are good. You have decent amount of all attack. Your physical attack is low and energy attack is good. You do need at least 7 or 8% more ignore defense, because if you do not have 50% ignore defense on your character stats, your characters will do much lower damage to World Boss Legend. So aim to cap the ignore defense on every single character you use in any game mode, because if you do not hit that 50% cap, your damage will be much lower. Your dodge is insane, 32%, that's really good. As far as all basic attacks, all basic defense increase and max HP, this you seem to be on a good track, and your cooldown needs to be at least 10% higher. So and you have 8% pierce. So number one priority is cap ignore defense, get this to like 36%. Get this to like 32%. Reroll your cards so you get this green text on both Luna Snow and White Fox card, because they give you that 20% chance to give you increased 20% physical attack and 20% energy attack, and finish crafting this card so you get that 10% pierce, which will boost your damage even more. So that should be your first priority. Let's take a look at your characters. Okay, so you do not have tier 4 characters, and your next priority should be to select one of these characters, like Miles Morales or Sharon Rogers or Thor, and get them use your tier 4 discount that you have for 5 characters. Your first tier 4 character will cost 50% less, and by using it you can get character like Thor for really cheap. Let's take a look at your... Okay, so you can remove CTP of Rage from Doctor Strange and give it to Thor, get Thor to tier 4, and he will crush World Boss content for you. The next thing you can do is you can get Miles to level 80. You do not have to tier 4 him, he's insane. He's probably one of the best characters at level 80. You do have mighty CTP of Judgment on him, so keep it that way, and he also will be able to crush World Boss content. But looking at the rest of your account, I see that you lack supports, man. You need to build your support characters, because I see you have him as a support. His support passive works only on villains, and you do not have any villains here. I mean, you have him, but he should be used in PvP and not PvE. You have him, he's good. Use him, and you have her, and she gives most value to combat characters. So what I would do in your place is I would focus on getting more support characters and leadership characters to tier 3 or Transcendent Potential, so you can use them in World Boss content in addition to your DPS characters like Sharon Rogers or Thor, Miles Morales as well, and push for higher stages. So you can get him to tier 3, you can get her to Transcendent Potential and buy her uniform. She will give you massive damage boost. Get him to tier 3 immediately. He's a leadership character and a support. You do not have to buy his uniform. Consider buying her uniform and getting her to tier 3. Buy her newest, the Black Panther uniform. Get her to tier 3. She'll be a great addition to your roster. You could get She-Hulk to tier 3. She's a great leadership character. And you could finish the Beta Ray Bill Epic Quest. He's a great leader in this uniform for Thor. So the next course of action would be either getting Thor to tier 4 or maybe even Sharon Rogers. and you need to reroll her CTP of energy. You need to get this last line of text to be 200%. 120 is the lowest, and you should reroll this to 200% to get most out of her. Yeah, he's good. And use this CTP of Rage, reroll it for this number to be 0.9% and give it to Thor. Get him to tier 4 by using the tier 4 discount you have available, and you'll see when you level up your support characters, you'll see much improvements. I see that you do have him near tier 4, but honestly, as much as everybody likes Spider-Man, he's not that good in PvE. I see that you're trying hybrid build on him with CTP of Destruction. You're much better off because you have his artifact to give him something like Reforged CTP of Energy and move him fully to PvP. But even there, he's struggling to compete with new metas such as Silver Surfer, Wolverine, Adam Warlock, and rest of the characters, Thanos even. He has fallen off, to say. So maybe you can, I know it's disappointing, but maybe you should stop building your Spider-Man and focus on getting him and her to level 80 or tier 4 in his case. Build your supports, push higher world boss stages, and get more rewards to build even more characters. As far as the PvP goes, I won't drag this on, but if you bought his uniform and you have her uniform, it's a shame that these characters remain tier 3. Get them to tier 3 at tier 2. Get them to tier 3, and possibly, if you can, to tier 4 or at least level 80, and you'll perform much better in PvP. You do not have to build him. Do not build him. He needs max build. Oh, you have CTP of Rage on him. Do not build him, and if you build him, you need to get his latest uniform. He needs max build to be good in PvE. And yeah, so you can unequip this. You do not need to use her in almost anything. Let's check your other characters. You have CTP of Rage on Thina. She's good, but she has fallen off. She can compete with tier 4 characters. So my advice to you, to summarize, fix your cards by getting more ignore defense and cooldown reduction. Focus on building Thor to tier 4. Get him a CTP of Rage. Afterwards, focus on building Miles to level 80 and build up your supports that I suggested, which will give you a massive improvement in World Boss Legend content. That's all I have for you. I'm Torch. If you have any more questions, ask me in the comments down below and I'll do my best to answer. Last but not least, we have a comment from Surgify. He says, godly content. Thank you, man. IGN Surgify, what would you do if you had to restart MFF? I'll answer that question after I take a look at your account. So first things first, your comic cards. Yeah, this is a decent set. Your stats, perfect amount of attack speed, good amount of crit rate, crit damage, great attack stats. They can obviously go higher. But these are good offensive stats. Your ignore defense can be like few percent higher, but no biggie. 13% pierce. You're obviously focusing on crafting your cards to the maximum one by one. So yeah, doing this the right way. Insane amount of dodge, good for you. Good amount of all basic defenses and max HP. Obviously, when you fully perfectly craft your cards, this will be even higher. So this is all good. Good. You could maybe get like 5% more cooldown, but these card stats are looking juicy, so you do know what's up. Let's take a look at your roster. So you have Jean Grey fully built for PvE with her artifact leveled up. That's good. You have Magneto also fully built for PvE, as he should be. Yeah, that's good. Same goes with Dr. Octopus. You have him fully built for PvE with CTP of Rage, good. Now you have her at tier 4, but you do not have her uniform. I don't know if you de-equipped it to troll me here, or are you waiting for the new seasonal event to buy her uniform? But given the fact that you do not have CTP of Rage or Judgment on her, I think that you just used your materials to tier 4 her, and you will buy her uniform later, which is okay because you do have decent amount of PvE characters, so you can use your resources on characters you do like. Yeah, that's good. She is your alternative to Luna Snow, I see. Well, until you get her uniform. This is good. Yeah. He crushes world bosses with this. So you have Thanos. Now I see that you started upgrading his gear, so I do think you plan to build him fully to tier 4. You have his artifact at 3 stars, not bad. And if you keep this uniform, give him a CTP of Rage, he'll crush PvE content. If you want him for PvP, give him Thanos Wins uniform and CTP of Authority or Conquest, and you'll enjoy him in PvP, especially with your stats, they are great. Yeah, this is good. That's fine. I really think you should get her to tier 4. She's amazing, especially because you have her seasonal uniform, and give her a proper CTP. Yeah, you do know what's up. Let me check your support. I would get him, especially because you have his artifact. Get him to level 80. He'll crush PvP for you. You do have supports. You do have CTPs of Insight. So yeah, you do know what's up. Good, good, good. Nice, Surgify. Nice, nice. I believe that you plan to get her to tier 3 because you wouldn't be buying this epic quest if you just wanted to keep her at tier 2. So yeah, good account, Surgify. Now to answer your questions, and with the question what would I do if I had to restart Marvel Future Fight, what would your reaction be if I told you that the account I'm playing currently is my second one and that I already restarted the game? Would you like to see me roast my own account? If that's something you'd like to see, hit me up in the comments down below. And thank you for watching, and thank you guys for your IGNs. I enjoyed making this video, and I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I did. Take care.